Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 190 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today, we are going to take the opposite look at mental health and well-being than we took yesterday. We are going to identify our biggest right now, or our most current, most pressing mental health or mental well-being challenge. And then we're going to apply a similar process that we used yesterday, the first 3 steps, but instead of creating a SMART goal right off the bat, over the next 4 days, we are going to apply the SOAP framework to that challenge so we can structure a solution for it once and for all, so that we can have a way to handle challenges, not just the challenge that we're dealing with, but any challenge in any area of our life that comes up. We're going to have a tool in our toolbox that we can automatically call upon to help us deal with that in the best possible way for us at any given time. I've been using the SOAP framework since 2020, and I found it really, really powerful and helpful for me and for thousands of other people, which is why I'm going to share it with you. So today, how are we going to identify it? And you probably already know, right? You already know what area or aspect of your life with respect to your mental health and well-being is causing you the most trouble. If you don't, we're going to use this process to find it. First one is, of course, to become self-aware. So we want to reflect deeply, just like we did yesterday on the goals and what it is that we want for mental health and well-being. We're going to honestly assess our current emotional, psychological, and cognitive well-being. How are we doing? Are we feeling stressed out all the time? Are we emotionally stable? Seriously, how emotionally stable are we? If we're not, if we're reacting all the time instead of responding in a way that we feel is in alignment with us, we've got some work to do. And I'll share some examples. I brainstormed a couple of challenge areas, and they're not necessarily mine, but I'll do mine today too. I'll do this process and I'll say, okay, what is my biggest mental health and well-being challenge right now? Mine is probably around the area of responding in a way that I don't think is ideal at the moment, because I'm frustrated that something that and my definition of frustration is what I expect to be happening is not happening right now. That's, to me, it triggers frustration. And when I'm frustrated, I respond emotionally and without thinking, and I don't want to be that way. So mine will probably be something around that, especially with people I love and care about, and my grandchildren. I don't do it with other people, but I definitely do it with my granddaughters, and it makes me super sad because I don't want them to be that way, just responding and frustrated because everything that they're trying to attempt the first time isn't perfect. So ask yourself some questions. How do I manage stress? Is stress, and what is causing my stress then, and what is my biggest stressor might be what we address and apply the SOAP framework to. Sleeping, eating well, are you taking care of yourself? One of the first signs of me being stressed and not taking care of myself. I'm not eating right, I'm not sleeping, I'm having sleepless nights periodically, and I think that's really common for a lot of people. Do I feel motivated and focused and like I'm moving in my life in the direction I want it to go? If the answer is no, that's an area to look more deeply at. We want to identify key stressors and negative patterns. We want to be honest with ourselves and ask ourselves, do we have any toxic relationships? Are we in any friendships, committed relationships, etc., partnerships, business partnerships, work social situations and relationships? Maybe you have just like the boss from hell. Anybody ever had the boss from hell? I think most of us, if you've had enough jobs and worked long enough, and I've been around a long time, you've worked with people that are not right for you. You've worked in organizations that you thought were right for you when you joined them, but you soon realized once you got ingrained in the culture that it was not the right culture for you. So we're going to look at that. So poor work-life balance and boundaries. Are you working all the time? That used to be me in my 30s and 40s. All I did was work, and I was trying to raise my kids, and I know I wasn't present enough for them. And then negative self-talk. If you've got negative self-talk, that is an area to probably immediately address. And it's one that I am continuously working on improving, because I come from a long line of negative self-talkers, and that's not an excuse. That's just my decades of experience. And so I wish, and it probably could if I so chose, I could just stop doing it overnight, but I haven't decided to do that yet. I let it still pop up and remind me that I'm not the self-talk that I often say I am. Except for yesterday when I knocked coffee all over the floor and all over myself. And then clarify what well-being means to you. What does well-being mean to you in this area of stress? Like, we're all going to have some sort of stress, because there's good stress that motivates and drives us to move and change, and then there's bad stress which harms us. So we can just say, I'm going to allow 1% negative stress, or 5 or 10, but 90% you stress that drives me towards what I want. Okay, so what are some examples of challenge areas that we can address with the SOAP framework? Actually, any problem, any challenge, any goal can be benefited by applying the SOAP framework. But here's some examples that I just wrote down. Reactive, emotional all the time. Do you find yourself reacting, like I just said I do, instead of pausing and responding? So if you're overreactive, or if your emotions are off the rail, which sometimes my emotions go off the rail and I respond in a way that is, I think, too harsh at the time. Are you having sleepless nights? Are you spending too much time on social media, streaming television, video games, or any other habit that isn't good for you? Drinking too much, smoking, eating too much, addicted to sugar. The list is pretty much endless, I believe. Are you in a negative or toxic relationship? Are you too sedentary? When is the last time you put on a pair of tennis shoes and went for a walk? That's all you have to do is get up out of your chair and go for a walk. And you can do that anywhere. That's why walking is like my favorite activity, because almost anybody can do it, and you can do it anywhere, anytime. Are you whining, complaining, being negative all the time, or acting like a victim? That's an area maybe we have to look at our limiting beliefs, our beliefs again, as part of the SOAP framework. Maybe you have an underlying belief that you just need to get rid of once and for all, because it doesn't even belong to you. I got the negative self-talk one from, and fear, from my grandmother, and I didn't even know it until I worked with a counselor and a coach, and she helped me to see, oh, that's not even yours. You got that from your grandma. Do you know why? And I'm like, oh, I totally know why. She's afraid for her child, and I was afraid for my kids and my grandkids. And she explained to me that by doing that, by worrying and being in fear, you're creating that and putting that out into the universe, so it's more likely to happen to them. Well, that was a horrifying realization that caused me to change that immediately. All right, so what are we doing today? We are identifying what mental health or mental well-being stressor or challenge. I say challenge. I love challenges. Obviously, this is an annual challenge. What mental health or well-being challenge do you want to apply the SOAP framework to? We're going to apply it starting tomorrow for the next 4 days. Story, options, action, and progress. This little baby can get you out of just about anything when applied correctly. I always say, use the tool when applied correctly, just like anything else, right? Use this medication when applied correctly, etc. All right, if I can help you in any way, if you have any questions, if you're having a hard time deciding, if you need help with anything around this, please ask. Have a great day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.